Hello everyone and welcome to Woodforest Bank Stadium for tonight's contest between the Woodlands Highlanders and Willis Wildcats. We're going to run our game sponsor video here in a few seconds and then come back to the field for live shots, and we'll talk a little bit more about what we'll see tonight. Dress rehearsals are officially over and the real business of the season begins tonight as District 13 6A competition kicks off here tonight with this game between the Highlanders and the Wildcats. My name is Jeremy McGrail and I'm joined tonight by Zachary Berger. Zachary, welcome and please introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So my name is Zachary Berger. I'm a senior at College Park High School, and next year I will be going to Oklahoma State University to major in sports media.
Very good. And what are you thinking about tonight's action? What do you think we'll see here in this game?
Well, it's going to be a very, very exciting game for sure. Last year when these two teams matched up, it was all Woodlands when they won 43-15. But this year, things could be a little different. Willis is coming off two very strong wins, beating Anthem Consolidated 24-16, and then having a major comeback versus Klein Collins 33-28. So it's going to be a huge battle of the sophomore quarterbacks. It's going to be a great game, great first district ball game.
I agree. I think we could see a really good football game here tonight. And based on what I've seen of the other teams in district, I think the competition for those 4 playoff spots is going to be something special to watch as we get these games underway. As you mentioned just a second ago, the Highlanders and the Wildcats actually both emerged from non-district with identical 3-2 records. But tonight, of course, is all about the number 1 in starting district in winning fashion and putting that 1-0 up on the board. Gaining a positive spot is these teams try and lay down that early marker to get to the postseason and make the playoffs, which, of course, is the goal of every program in the state. Get in the playoffs, give themselves a chance to dream and, start playing those rounds. It's really exciting when these games that really mean the most start. Get the feeling of fall in the air now that we're here in October. The crowds are filling up the stadium. There's just already, I can tell, a different energy here tonight before this game, knowing that it means something in district. Non-district is fun and all, but the real meat of the season begins tonight here in district. Every kid playing this game around the state at the Little League level, these are the games that they want to play when they grow up and become high school football players. Once again, we are here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. We're going to turn it over for some district videos here in a minute, and we'll work our way closer to kickoff. We're about 26 minutes away from kickoff right now. We will see you all back here shortly.
Should an emergency occur, instructions will be provided through public address system. Public safety personnel dispersed to the stadium may also provide instructions to fans. It is important for people to remain calm and follow through the instructions. If there is a total loss of power, please stay seated and school district staff will provide further directions. Under special circumstances for safety purposes, fans may be required to evacuate the stadium. Should this occur, please follow the directions provided through the public address system and leave in a calm, orderly fashion through the nearest gate. Should a weather event develop, information and warnings will be provided through the stadium public address system. After an event would cause you to leave the stadium, you would be readmitted to the stadium once it's safe. To report a public safety issue, please inform a CISD police officer or school official. Lastly, please remember, if you see something, say something.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to tonight's game. This game is being conducted according to the rules and regulations of the UIL. Regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, all of the players and students have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve excellence. We also ask that as a spectator, you consider the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, trainers, cheerleaders, dancers, and musicians have put forth. Cheer them on, applaud them, but do not, through any of your actions, cause them to doubt the value of their hard work. By your conduct, allow these young people to feel pride in their communities and schools. While your sportsmanlike actions may play only a small part in the outcome of this game, it will play a greater role in continuing to encourage competitive athletics. The game officials have been mutually agreed upon by school officials from both schools. Their role is not unlike any of those players, coaches, teachers, and school administrators. Without them, this game would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules are a result of annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics that further refine their understanding of the game. We ask you, as students, parents, and citizens, to demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of responsibility. Enjoy the game. Looking to make a difference in the lives of Conroe ISD students? Each day, CISD transports approximately 35,000 students from home to school and back again. CISD also transports thousands of more students to field trips, athletic events, and academic competitions. Become a bus driver today and make a positive impact in your community by being the first and last face a child sees each day. Apply today at conroeisd.net.
Welcome to Woodlands Stadium, the home of the Woodlands Highlanders, in tonight's encounter between the Woodlands High School and Willis High School. Conroe ISD respectfully requests your cooperation in providing a tobacco-free environment on our school property. For the health, safety, and comfort of our students and guests, the policy forbids the use of tobacco products on all school district property, including Woodlands Stadium. We thank you for your support of these guidelines. At this time, I'd like to announce the 2021-22 varsity cheerleaders for Willis High School. Emily Ann Smith, Ava Semler, Faith Williamson, Chelsea Forrester, Jessica Holliday, Chloe Henderson, Katie Leggett. Emma Atkinson. Kia Garden. Kelsey Weddington. Emily Vaughn. Madison Carrasco. Skylar Horton. Lexi Watchner. The JV Cheerleader of the Week, Molly McCollum. And the senior, Hunter Doris as Willie the Wildcat. And their head coach, Cody Kuhn. The cheerleaders for the Woodlands High School. Brooke Ballette. Ava Bass. Addie Beaver. Lindy Brass. Emily Burchett. Summer Campbell. Grace Carvajal. Jaden Eberly. Maddie Jackson. Isa Haranella. Christina Cabal. Captain Georgia Mahoney. Kate McBee. Jody McDowell. Captain Isabel McKinney. Carrie Murray. Bella McHale. Captain Bella Postarino. Warner Riggs. Emma Tetlow. Paige Tetlow. Jenna Urban. Erin Watson. Colleen Weiss. Mascot Ollie Johnson. And mascot Timmy Prather. If the Good Sportsmanship League team members would meet at midfield, exchange their pleasantries. Representing the Woodlands High School, Owen Markle, Daniela Salas, Timmy Prather, Ellie Hicks, Lily Pipery, Christina Cabal, Caden McBee, Bella Postarino, Alex Vasquez, Ashlyn Kennedy, and J.P. Ruiz. Thank you, students. Please rise for the visitor school song. Willis High School. Please remain standing for the Woodlands High School school song.
Welcome everyone back to Wood Forest Stadium. We have the Woodlands Highlanders against the Willis Wildcats here as we kick off District 13 6A play here tonight. It's going to be an exciting game. We're glad to have you with us. You'll stick with us through the whole game. I'm Jeremy McGrail. We're bringing you this Conroe ISD live stream here tonight. We're going to have another district sponsor video here in a little bit, followed by the hype videos. The teams come out. We're a little over 11 minutes from kicking the ball off here tonight. Again, very excited to get the district schedule kicked off here between these two teams tonight. See who's going to put that number one up in the win column to start district play.
It's not enough to be the leader in robotic-assisted procedures if we're not by your side for every step of your recovery, guiding you back to what makes you, you. Because it's not enough to replace your knee if we're not getting you to the moments that can't be replaced. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
For over 40 years, Wood Forest National Bank has proudly supported the youth and schools of this great community. Our bank has grown through the years, and Montgomery County is our home. With over 30 convenient branch locations right here in Montgomery County, we are your community bank. Next time you're in the area, stop by and say hi. But for now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Hi, it's Donnie Buckaloo from Buckaloo Chevrolet, home of the Better Buy. Buckaloo Chevrolet is here to help you with all your transportation needs. Your experience can be touchless. You can do your paperwork at home instead of coming to our dealership. Plus, we'd be happy to deliver your vehicle to you. And remember, at Buckaloo Chevrolet, our prices are real. We only advertise rebates you qualify for. Visit us in Conroe or shop BuckalooChevrolet.com. See you soon.
It's a better buy at Buckaloo.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day visits when you're sick, online scheduling with specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care. Bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise, wherever, whenever you need it.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Shopping for a new or used vehicle? Or just looking for a place for good, reliable service? Go with the name you know. Gullo Ford, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Toyota. The Gullo family has been serving the Conroe Woodlands area since 1970. So the next time you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or just need service, do yourself a favor and go see Gullo Toyota, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Ford. Or log on anytime at GulloAuto.com. Gullo, let's drive.
We are just seconds from the teams running out here tonight. In fact, I see the Willis Wildcats coming out of the locker room right now. About to have the teams run out, and we'll follow that with the national anthem, and we'll be ready to get this thing on here tonight and kick the football off. Figure out who's going to start with the ball tonight, and see where the action will begin. Again, we look forward to having you with us through this broadcast, and we will see you momentarily for the opening kick. The Willis Wildcats are in their tunnel, ready to run out tonight, and waiting for the Woodlands to emerge from the locker room. So we're just over 5 minutes from the opening kick here. Get the teams out, and we'll turn it over to the field for the national anthem as soon as we have both teams out on the field. See a little bit of smoke coming out from under the Willis side of the field under their float, and they're running out right now. Again, Willis, like the Woodlands, coming into tonight with 3-2 after playing 5 non-district games and really testing themselves. Started the year with 2 losses, 1 to Tomball, and they lost that opening game 40-27, and then played Huntsville in their second game and lost 43-30 before reeling off 3 straight wins to conclude non-district play. And they beat Klein Collins 33-28 in their final non-district game. Woodlands now out of the locker room, ready to run out here and help get us started. 3-2 as well. Won their last non-district game 62-0 over Willis IPM from Mexico. So the Highlanders looking to reclaim the district here tonight. And Highlanders in the bubble, getting ready to run out here.
An exciting thing to look forward for the Highlanders is while they are 3-2 on the season, they've had to face 2 very, very good opponents. Facing Bridgeland, losing 39-35, and then facing one of the greatest teams in Texas, in Katy, and only losing by 1 touchdown. So very exciting for the Woodlands throughout non-district play so far, and they are ready for district.
Yeah, battle-tested, you figure, and ready to go after all that competition that they had. Be interesting to see what kind of fight Willis is able to put up here tonight after the Woodlands. As you mentioned a little earlier on in the pregame, I believe it was a 43-15 score to the Highlanders last year. So interested to see how much the Wildcats have progressed from that, because we know the Woodlands has improved from last year with the players they've got. Here they come. Highlanders are running out, ready to go here tonight. We're going to line up on the sideline, and again, we'll turn it over to the stadium for the national anthem before we get ready to put the ball up in the air and get going here tonight.
Please stand while the colors are being presented by the Woodlands High School Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard. Commanding the color guard and carrying the United States flag is Cadet First Lieutenant Chris Bailey. The Texas flag is being carried by Cadet Staff Sergeant Katie Pepper. The right guard is Cadet First Lieutenant Nathan Faildy. The left guard is Cadet First Lieutenant Nick Fusco. During the national anthem, please stand quietly with your hand over your heart, and gentlemen, please remove your hats.
And with that, we are ready for kickoff here at Woodforest Bank Stadium here tonight. Again, my name is Jeremy McGrill, and I'm very pleased to be joined here tonight by my tag team partner, Zachary Berger. We'll be bringing you this action on the Conroe ISD YouTube live stream here tonight. Very pleased to have you all with us. We have teams on the field. We have officials at the 50-yard line ready to walk out and help us figure out who's going to get the ball here first tonight. Zachary, I'm excited. I hope you are too for this district schedule to kick off here tonight.
I am very, very excited. And I'll tell you this, even at my school, everyone is ready for district. It's an accepted thing. Once that non-district play ends, they know what's at stake. The players know, the coaches know, the students know. Everyone realizes how much these games mean, and they're ready to go to the medal.
Absolutely. It's so important to get off on the right foot here tonight, get that first win, get the wind in your sails, and just kind of get the positive feelings going, getting into really the meat of the schedule here in October and November. Again, the little kids that grow up all around the state wanting to be varsity football players one day, these are the games that they want to play against the local rivals in the district. We'll look towards midfield here. We are just about ready to get this game underway. The captains come off the field. And definitely different vibe in the stadium tonight, knowing that it's the beginning of district play. Different energy in the building. Looks like the Woodlands will be kicking off here to start the game, and that's senior kicker Nick Sims, who handles all of the kicking duties for the Highlanders, placing the ball here and helping us get started. And looks like Willis will keep a couple of deep men back here, actually 3. They're going to line up with, it's Talis Harrison, Jadarius Brown, 2 of the deepest men back. And here is Sims going to get us started here tonight. Welcome to district football. Going to pooch it a little bit, going to be fair caught. Looks like around the 19, which is where the Wildcats will set up shop here with the first possession of the night.
You know, with the Willis offense, skill is what it takes in high school football, but another big component is momentum. And like I said earlier, coming off these 2 big wins versus schools that many said they really weren't supposed to beat, it's a really good confidence booster in this high school football game for them to be able to come, run their offense, and try and beat the strong Woodlands defense.
The Highlanders showing their familiar front, led by senior defensive end Bradley Warren, who is just as disruptive as they come. Keep a close eye on him tonight. He's in the middle of everything, as is number 99, John Podowski. Lagway taking the first snap of the game, going to throw a screen up top. They've got space to exploit up there. And that is Devin Lovelady on the reception, a junior for the Wildcats. Good positive gain to start here tonight for Willis. And this will be important that they stay ahead of the chains all night. Get good positive plays on first down. Split back shotgun again for Lagway. This time he's going to hand off going up the middle. Not a ton of room there, but he'll still lean forward for a few yards and bring them close to a first down, bring it about 3rd and 1. And Willis is wanting to move relatively quickly here tonight. No huddle. Lagway letting his offensive line know what play he wants. Got 2-by-1 set. Motion across into the backfield. Lagway up the middle, going to keep it, try and do it himself. It's going to be very close. Didn't quite look like he surged enough for the first down. Going to depend on the spot. It does look short from here. Early decision time for Willis. How much of a risk they want to take on the first possession of the game. And Lagway appeared to just kind of lose his legs as he ran into the middle of the line there. Again, from up here, did not look like he got the surge. So here comes the punt team for Willis. Highlander defense holds firm there. Huge 3rd down stop. Get a little bit of wind in their sails defensively. Highlanders lined up back deep to receive this punt in the all-black jerseys here tonight. Punt will not be fieldable. And it's number 26, Cooper Stark, a junior, back to receive that punt.
Now we talk about the Woodlands offense, and you can't talk about them without mentioning have your electric sophomore quarterback in Matoyer, and then you got Reed at running back and Parker McGill as one of your key wide receivers with Ben Ferguson.
Matoyer ready to get down to business. 3-by-1 shotgun, going to spread the field. Going to hand it off, going back to the left side. Loses his feet there on the ball carrier. I believe that's Parker McGill, a senior. Coming around the left side there. Looked like he may have a little bit of a crack, just lost his speed, but still he picks up a good, looks like a 4-yard gain there on first down, bring up second down and 6 for the Highlanders. Already in good field position close to midfield. Gonna want to try and take advantage. Split back shotgun, gonna motion out McGill and throw to him again. Can't hold on to it though. It was a forward pass. Willis defender picked it up anyway, just in case. Good heady play to make there because you never know. And just like that, 3rd and 6 for the Highlanders. So now the Woodlands faces their own key 3rd down here early on in the game. See if they can convert, what kind of play they draw up here. Matoyer. Intercepted underneath. Great play by the defender. He just sat in that zone, and he's going to keep running. Still on his feet. Can he get all the way to the end zone? No. They're going to get him down just inside the 10, but what an enormous play defensively. Looked like number 1, Derek Lovelady on that interception for Willis. We saw him on offense, doing it both ways. What do you think about that play, Zachary?
I mean, it's great momentum for Willis. Like you said, Lovelady playing both sides, really able to make an impact offensively and defensively will be a key role for him tonight. Now that he can start inside the red zone, this is a good opportunity for Willis.
And Zachary, I believe you were not 30 seconds ago talking about the importance of momentum, and there it is very early on in the ball game.
Yes, sir.
Lagway getting down to business here. Gonna hand it off. A few yards to gain there. It's gonna put Willis close to the 5-yard line here. In phenomenal shape after that huge interception. But they've got to do the business and score the points. Only a touchdown will do after a play like that. They cannot get stopped for a field goal or worse, even worse, come up with no points. Get that kind of gift. Oh, and a lot of players moving early. That'll be backing up the offense 5 yards. Absolute must to reward the defense after that kind of play. Not quite as easy as it looks to score when you're deep in opponent territory. Defense can pin their ears back, which is exactly what the Woodlands are best at defensively with the players they have up front, particularly Warren and Podolsky. Very disruptive. Martrell Harris, number 7 outside linebacker, going to Texas A&M next year. Lagway, and a tuck and run, gets stood up, somehow stays on his feet. Flag coming in, a little bit of extracurricular activity, as we say. See what they end up doing with that flag, if it's offsetting or if one side gets the brunt of this. Officials will confer a little bit more here before giving us the call. And just pristine conditions here tonight now that the sun's down. The absolutely perfect evening for football, not a cloud in the sky before this game started. Two fouls. We'll be offsetting unsportsmanlike on each team. So we'll replay it down. Bring up a 3rd down, so already several big plays early on in this game. Chance for team to seize momentum here.
And now here we're really hoping to see Lagway show his arm off a little bit. About 7 yards to go to the end zone. seeing if he can air one out or get a big run for a touchdown on third down.
Lagway swarmed there by Highlanders. Looked like he was going to try and dance out of it there, but didn't quite have the moves to get away from that many defenders. What a huge stop by the Highlander defense after that interception.
I mean, you mentioned the two guys earlier, right? Warren and Podolsky, always putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. So they are another key role for this stacked Highlanders team.
And Willis on for an early field goal attempt here. Get the kick up. And that'll be the first points of the evening to the Willis Wildcats, 3-0. But again, definite victory for the Woodlands Highlanders defense to hold them to 3 points after the interception had set Willis up very deep in Highlander territory, close to the 5-yard line, I believe, after that interception. Backed up a little bit due to a false start penalty, and then the Highlanders held firm from there. Back deep for the Highlanders to receive this kick will be number 19, junior Jason Williams. He's been seen quite a bit this year, both as a runner and receiver on offense, as well as staying busy in the return game.
And I believe that's number 29, Caden Miller, on his opposing side.
26, Cooper Stark, I believe, rather.
My apologies.
And kicking off for Willis will be number 33, Alex Ochoa, senior kicker. He'll send it deep. It's going to be Williams getting his hands on the ball. Very dangerous. Looked to have a bit of a crack there, but Willis was able to kind of shut the door there. Looked like he may have something there initially.
So here's where it gets exciting. Matoyer gets a first little bit of adversity. Energy is high, but blood is pumping. What is he going to do to bounce back for his second drive?
And the Woodlands showing their signature split back shotgun. Going to hand off up the middle to Jabari Reed, senior running back number 1. A player I've been extremely impressed with early in the season. Another late flag coming in. And again, we talk about the competition level going up for district play, evident early on with some after the whistle flags coming in. Players will want to keep the emotions in check, obviously, not do anything to hurt their teams in terms of penalties.
It's a tough balance, you know. Oh, one second. Another pair of offsetting unsportsmanlike conducts. You know, they're high school kids, right? Blood's pumping, first district game. Tensions are high, so they got to help their team and not hurt them.
Yeah, you got to be right on the edge, and sometimes you go over it a little bit. There's Matoyer. And a handoff around the left side. A little bit of room there again. McGill involved early and often in this game. I believe that's already the third time he's touched the football. That will move the chains for a Highlander first down. Quickly up to the line are the Highlanders, as they like to do. Matoyer has the play. Bubble screen. Room to run around that top side. Late flag comes in once again. We'll see what that means. Thrown into the line area. That was number 10 for the Highlanders, Tobin Miller, senior receiver, on that reception. Let's see what we have for the penalty. Came well behind the play, thrown directly into the middle of the offensive line. Usually not good news for the offense, but we'll wait for the official word here. That will be a hold on the Woodlands. That one hurts. Back him up 10 yards. You have 6:50 remaining on the first quarter clock. Split backs gun, motion out of the backfield. Toyer going to look topside for a little jailbreak action. That was Ben Ferguson on the reception. Mr. Reliable, the senior. Every time he has a chance to get his hands on the ball, he will not fail you. Second and 9 on the down and distance after that play by Ferguson. And trips receivers near side for the Woodlands, one up top, 4 wide. Matoyer going to look to run. Hesitated a little initially, takes kind of a shot towards the end of that play. Did slide though. Good job by him to get down. Bring up a 3rd and short.
So far, it's looking like both set of cornerbacks on both teams are keeping a good job of making the quarterback look more. Making him run, making him not get to his first target.
His attempted sweep looked like to McGill again, but Willis is all over that. Number 25, Aiden Collier, senior linebacker for the Wildcats, in on that stop. 4th down for the Woodlands. Again, some big plays being made defensively early in this game. Defenses are winning the show so far here in the first quarter. Coming up with the early big momentum plays. Another huge one right there. It's 2 big ones for Willis so far in this football game. Back to punt again as Nick Sims handles all the kicking duties for the Highlanders. That punt's going to bounce out of bounds. Bissell's going to mark that 34-yard line. It's where Willis will set up, 35-yard line rather. It's where the Cats will set up for their next possession here. 5:05 on the clock here in the first quarter. Willis leading 3-0.
And I hate to sound like a broken record, but momentum, momentum, momentum. You stopped this hot Highlander offense twice now. Can you score again and take an even bigger lead?
That's exactly what they're going to want to do from the Willis perspective. They need to take advantage while they have the opportunity because the Highlanders are just so explosive on offense. You can't hold them down for an entire game. So fake the sweep. Lagway again appears to lose his feet there, trying to run into the middle of the line. Going to lose a yard actually on that play. Bring up 2nd and 11. Looks to be having a little bit of an issue with footing here early in this game. Again, as you mentioned, momentum is definitely a real thing, really at every level, but especially at high school, especially in a game that matters like a district contest such as this. Again, Willis needing to capitalize with touchdowns. Lagway looking for room, going to take it around the right side, looking to make something happen. Wiggles forward for about a 5-yard, 6-yard gain. Going to set up a manageable 3rd and medium now for Willis. Ball will be spotted on their own 40. And again, big chance here for the Highlander defense to keep staking their claim in this football game as well, and remind Willis that they are also on the field and they're not going to give up easy plays here tonight. We'll see what they come up with. Lagway back to pass, looking over the middle. Didn't quite get his feet set there. The ball fell short of the intended receiver. Looking for a deep post down the middle of the field. Big stop.
Seemed like Harrison Deep Pasquale there on the coverage, being able to knock down the pass and prevent that long gain for Willis.
And back deep to receive the punt will be Ben Ferguson, the senior, of course, and Parker McGill, fellow senior. High snap. It's going to go over the head of the Willis punter. Great news for the Highlanders as they pounce on him there to mark him down. What an opportunity for the Woodlands offense now. Easily their best field position of the night so far. Ball's going to be spotted on the 18-yard line. Another huge shift in the game.
Doesn't this look a little familiar, Jeremy? One team now gets a huge chance in the red zone. And so let's see if the Highlanders can do the same as Willis or get even more points for the touchdown.
Yeah, once again, your defense or special teams in this case rewards you like this. Touchdown's the only answer. They've got to be looking for the end zone here. maybe on this first play. Going right there will be Williams on the sweep. He do a good job of keeping himself up. Not a whole lot to work with there, but he will gain about 4 yards. Down to 3:30 on the first quarter clock and counting here tonight. Exciting first quarter of action so far, extremely competitive on the field. Huge plays being made on defense and special teams, and now it's the turn of the Woodlands offense to try and put a touchdown on the board. Matoyer going to try and keep and go straight up the middle. Not a ton of room, but again, trickles forward for a couple yards, bring up a 3rd and short. Look like about 3rd and 4. Once again, one of these 3rd downs. They're going to call it 3rd and 3. It looks like a really long 3 from up here. Jabari Reed is someone I would look at on this kind of down with his quickness. Matoyer, he's got room. He should take this in, and he does. Puts his head down, gets to the pylon. Touchdown Matoyer, touchdown Highlanders. That's exactly what you're supposed to do after a big play like that on special teams. 6-3 Woodlands.
Like you said, taking advantage of those big plays is what you need to win these football games. Matoyer can't find his wideout, and he takes it himself for a nice running touchdown.
Here's Nick Sims on for the PAT. He's going to boot it into the construction there, and it's good. The Woodlands lead 7-3, and it looked like the intended receiver on that play may have been Jabari Reed. He flared out of the backfield pretty quickly, but Matoyer had to tuck and run and had the lane wide open around the left side. Put his head down to make sure he got it over the goal line. Great run by Matoyer, showing toughness, and that's the aspect of his game that surprised me a little bit early on in this season, not really knowing what to expect from him, but he's a very tough runner. And back deep to receive for Willis, number 3, Tallis Harrison, number 7, Jadarius Brown. 2 of the deepest, and number 1, Devin Lovelady. Nick Sims has the ball down for the Highlanders, ready to kick this one. Pooch the last one. Let's see what he does here. He's going to put his foot through this. Will be returnable, though. And there is space available around that right side. Good return for Jadarius Brown, a senior. So Willis will have some good field position here to start this drive. See if this is the drive where Lovelady can, or where Lagway rather can get things going a little bit more on offense for Willis. Yards have been tough to come by so far when he's tried to use his athletic ability to escape through this athletic Woodlands defense. And the way to attack the Woodlands so far early in the season has been through the air. And Lagway looking to kind of improvise in the backfield, but Martrell Harris is all over him. He's got a little bit of help too. Yeah, the Highlanders definitely looking lathered up here on defense tonight. They're not going to allow Lagway to pick up anything cheap. And they handle that improv well on that play. It can be a difficult thing to handle from a running quarterback at times, but the Woodlands all over it there. 2nd and 13. Is Lagway going to set up a screen? Almost picked off. Evan Dubin, the man on the spot, senior captain, team leader.
And just a quick word about Evan Dubin. That is the guy you want leading your defense. He's a lead by example type player, and he is one of those guys that's going to show this whole defense how to act, how to play. And there's a reason they chose him as a captain.
Absolutely, and he was the one that came up with the game-sealing interception against Langham Creek in their first game of the year. Picked it off in the end zone down here near the construction to tie that one up for the Highlanders. 5 wide, empty backfield for Lagway. Again, looking to make something happen. Find a man downfield. Looked like he had him, but hit his intended receiver. Bounced away. It's going to be incomplete. Bring up a 4th and long. In Lagway, finding going tough against this Highlander defense early on tonight. Punt return team for the Highlanders comes back out. Ben Ferguson, Parker McGill. Looks like Ben Ferguson may be a solo man deep this time.
And that's going to be another shout-out for Harrison Deep at Squally, breaking up another 3rd down pass by Willis. A good job by the cornerback so far, not letting Lagway make a deep throw.
We have 1 minute and 32 seconds remaining on the first quarter clock here tonight. Again, the Woodlands leading 7-3. Defense and special teams controlling the early proceedings here so far tonight. Ferguson bravely fields that punt, kind that makes the coaches hold their breath and maybe make their hearts stop a little bit. But when it's a guy like Ferguson, you trust him in his judgment to get his hands on that and make no mistake with the fielding of the ball. And here comes maybe Matoyer and the Highlander offense back out onto the field, again looking to pad their advantage a little bit now that they've got the flow of the game back in their hands, thanks to some big plays by their defense. Quick throw left. That's Camden Cash on the reception as senior. Again, the Woodlands will make often use of those bubble screens, and they're basically run substitutes. Just quick throw out to the sideline, get what you can. It's good, safe plays to run. If you drop it, it's incomplete, no big deal. And Matoyer looking to move quick, 2nd and 2. Again, going to the right this time, same thing, bubble screen. One thing that's impressed me about all of these Woodlands receivers and ball carriers so far this season is their willingness to attack the defense after they catch the ball. They're very active with the ball in their hands, very tough runners, do a great job earning the tough yards after the catch. And every single one of them is good at it, and you can tell that it's something that's coached into their skill players. In fact, we're going to go empty backfield for Matoyer here, 1st and 10. 5 wide. Quick throw into the slot. That was Tobin Miller on the reception. Gain a few yards.
Interesting little fact about Tobin Miller. Came into high school as a quarterback. Is now converted to a wide receiver and definitely a key piece for this offense.
This may be the last play of the first quarter. We're under 20 seconds remaining. Matoyer looking to the sideline. He will get a snap here. Going to hand off to Reed. Reed sticking his foot in the ground as he always does. What a tough finish to that run. Great run by Reed, showing toughness at the end there to get the first down. That should be the end of the first quarter here. And once they set the chains end, it will be as we count down. The Woodlands leads 7-3 after the first quarter. The teams will flip into the fields, and we'll be right back. And we're ready to begin proceedings here in the second quarter tonight as the teams switch ends of the field. The Highlander offense here on the field trying to pad their advantage. They're going to line up tight to the line. Do a little misdirection to Jason Williams going around sweep left side. Wing T style play that they're running there. It's been an effective wrinkle for the Woodlands so far this year. I think I saw them install that, I want to say, in the third game that I watched them play this year, second or third game. Definitely something they're going to stick with. They're going to do it again here. Loaded backfield. Showing option motion on that one. Going to bounce this one out to the right. Jabari Reed looking to make something out of not a whole lot there. Trying to get to the edge, doesn't quite manage it. Bring up a third and about 6 or 7 it looks like.
And the reason that stack is so successful is because you have about like 4 options, 4 different plays you could run. It keeps the defense on their toes.
And if you have a quarterback who's exceptional at ball handling, it can be just a phenomenal weapon. You hand off up the gut, and that'll be number 24, Jacoby Mitchell, a junior running back. I believe that's his first touch of the night. Not going to be enough for a first down. Going to move inside the 30, though, so you have to think this is 4 down territory unless they feel Sims has the leg to give it a shot from this distance.
Interesting to see the Woodlands kind of limiting Matoya from throwing it downfield after that interception.
Yep, and the offense given no thought to coming off the field here. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Initially, they're going to show a 3-by-1 shotgun, 3 receivers up to the top side. See if they motion anybody in the backfield or they keep it as is. Mitchell stays next to Matoyer. They have a timeout on the field. And the Woodlands is going to talk it over and make sure they've got the absolute best play.
Ever since after that first drive, Matoyer and the Woodlands have really been pound on the ground. A lot of run plays, a lot of bubbles. We'll see what they do here on 4th down.
So Matoyer back to pass. Going to throw the deep corner. Had his man, but couldn't quite make the connection. Again, that was Tobin Miller, the intended man, down in the end zone. Looked like it was on, but just couldn't quite connect on the play for whatever reason. Looked like Miller did separate a little bit there at the very end, but not quite enough to get his hands on the ball. It's a bold play call on 4th and 3, but it was there. They had a chance. Really had about exactly what they wanted coverage-wise on that play. But as is, Highlander defense back out on the field. There's Lagway. Going to look left, throw a quick pass, too much on it. You can tell that was a fastball right there. The intended receiver was number 88, Isaac Bernal. Just too hot to handle, goes straight through his hands. Actually, that was number 89, Tanner Hayes was the intended receiver. Pardon me. Second 10, going to hand off on the sweep. It's number 3, Tallis Harrison, one of the kick returners, picks up good positive yards. Going to set up a 3rd and short. And that's the kind of play that Willis will really need to leverage against a defense like the Highlanders here tonight that have such disruptive players across their defensive front. Is run those sweeps and make those guys run across the field and not just be able to pin their ears back and come straight into the backfield at Lagway. That kind of play is going to help relieve the pressure on Lagway quite a bit if they can stick to it and run it consistently more often. Lagway all by his lonesome on that play. Can be close. Looks like the officials are coming in right on the marker. Like Marcharl Harris, one of the ones in on that tackle for the Highlanders. Look like we're going to have potentially a measurement. Looks like they're eyeing it up. And they will bring the chains. In Lagway, I'm not sure that was quite as designed on that play. He kind of took the ball, looked like he might have expected someone to kind of be with him on that play, perhaps an option, not quite sure. Because he was really kind of at sea on his own and got popped pretty good by two Woodlands players, and that will be a little bit short, looks like by inches.
So now this is the second time that Willis has been faced with a 4th and inches. Last time they punted, but it looks like this time they're going to go for it.
Lagway tried to go quickly to the line there, take that direct snap, and the officials. Looks like the players thought they blew the whistle. Kind of looked at the official almost, it seemed like, and then figured the play was still going, tried to get around the right side. But ultimately, they let the play go on the field, and of course the Highlanders stopped that well short of a first down. See what happens here. And the Woodlands going to take over 1st and 10. Matoyer out quickly here, split back's gun. Hand off to Reed, looking for space. Finds a little gap there. Pick up about 5 or so yards. Again, a little bit of a confusing sequence we just watched there from the Woodlands offense on that 4th down play. Looked like they were going to blow it dead, but no. Play continued, the Woodlands stuffed it. Some issues on the handoff attempt there. It's like the mesh stuck in there just a little bit longer than everybody would have preferred. Be a 3rd and 6 for the Highlanders now. Once again, you pick up a gift from your defense, you have to repay him. Big conversion attempt here for the Highlanders. 2x2 shotgun here for the Woodlands. Matoyer looking deep down the middle, has a man. Does he hang on? He does. What a catch. Had to turn back a little to bring that one in.
We're pretty sure that was Ben Ferguson, and like we've mentioned all throughout the night, you throw it to him, his hands will find a way to catch it.
Yep, had to reach behind himself a little bit there, but great job pulling that in with the defender on him. Here's Matoyer going to take it straight to the middle, touchdown, his 2nd of the night. Easy as you like. Walks in, no contact. 13-3 Woodlands now on the scoreboard, 7:18 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Even with some confusion on that last drive, the Woodlands took advantage, took their time, and now they are up 13-3.
Sims on for the PAT, snap over the head. They're going to have to fall on that, and they do. So we're going to stay at 13-3 on the scoreboard to the Highlanders. And I have to say 13-3 feels like a big advantage for the Woodlands right now, given the way their defense is playing so far here tonight. So to extend the lead to 10 points is, of course, by no means game over, but it feels like a key juncture in the game, just given how successful their defense has been in stopping Lagway here so far tonight. Of course, they'll need to keep that up for a lot longer here, plenty of time to go in the game, but this feels like a key juncture, key moment in the game coming up here as Willis tries to take possession again and put something together to kind of keep themselves into this game and not give the Woodlands a chance to go up by 3 possessions. So definitely important. It really goes without saying that the Wildcats do something with the football when they get it here. But first things first, they've got to get the kickoff secured. It's Sims who handles all the kicking duties for the Woodlands. Back to send it deep, perhaps. He's going to toe poke that one, a little pooch style kick, but it does land at the 20, returnable for Willis. That was number 1, Devin Lovelady on the return for the Wildcats, stopped. Great coverage by the Highlanders.
You know, you mentioned earlier the way to beat the Highlanders defense is in the air, but Lagway and the Wildcats really haven't been able to do that, so it's going to be interesting to see what they come out with. Are they going to try and run more of those sweep type plays, or are they going to keep trying at the air and hopefully see if they can pull something off before this half of football ends?
Lagway comes out with the Willis offense. They'll be in a 2-by-1 shotgun. Twin receivers here to the near side. Lagway's going to pull that. He's looking downfield, but pulls it. Going to use his athletic ability. Once again, he's kind of been losing his feet consistently here tonight so far as he's tried to maneuver around the field, but you can see the quickness and athleticism he does have when he tucks it down. Very evident. Very lively as a player when he pulls the ball. Once again, as we mentioned seconds ago, looking down the field to try and find something, try and find some option as a downfield pass. Nothing there. It's Lagway rolling right this time. Can throw another bullet, complete for a first down.
Pass complete to number 3, Harrison. It's good for a first down.
It's number 3, Tallis Harrison on the catch. Senior receiver for Willis. Huge drive here for the Wildcats. Pick up their first down. 3-by-1 shotgun. And their simple throw up top there. High percentage play once again to Harrison. Again, the Willis head coach joined this program from Lake Travis. Has a huge reputation as an offensive guru coming from that program, Michael Wall. He won 4 state titles in his time at Lake Travis. He had 2 separate stints there. Lagway drops back again. Another quick throw. Had his man open, it would have been another first down, but the receiver couldn't quite bring it in there. And again, Wall brought all his offensive know-how in championship program knowledge to Willis when he was hired in February of 2018. And still just kind of getting his feet wet with the program now that he's got his first class working its way through. Empty backfield here. But obviously considerable pedigree and know-how that he brings into this Willis Wildcats program. Program obviously new to the 6A level. Looks like Lagway is going to call a timeout here. Didn't like what he had.
As Lagway on this drive, you've kind of noticed he's keeping up with that quick pace like the Woodlands has. And so far, it seemed to be working a little bit. These quick out routes, these quick passes have been very successful. Unfortunately, not being able to make that catch on the side now makes it third down, but a little bit of momentum, a little bit of things starting to work for Willis. Let's see if they can keep it up and actually make a drive out of this.
Yeah, and I think a big part of sustaining offense for Willis will be getting away from the improv that we saw early in the game. That may work once or twice in a game, for a big play if you can catch the defense off guard, but definitely not something that you want to be in the business of trying to do on every play, because the defense will get a read on that very quickly, as we saw from the Woodlands front. Just smelling blood in the water as Lagway was kind of trying to improvise through plays there in the early going in the first quarter. So if they can settle him down a little bit with some of these quicker passes and the sweeps that we saw that looked like they were going to be good plays, that'll be a good way to kind of get this offense ticking and give them a chance to keep themselves in the football game here, as it looks like the Woodlands has obviously heated up here in the second quarter, and you don't want to give them the ball back with a chance to extend the lead any further before half. Empty backfield for Lagway. Once again, pressure forcing the issue, and he just can't get away. Too many bodies getting through his offensive line. Bring up a fourth down. And again, pressure telling the story for the Highlanders. Pinning their ears back when they see the empty set. Just beating the offensive line. That's all it comes down to.
And when you continue to have to make these quarterback runs unexpectedly, the defense, like you said, is picking up on it. Linebackers are staying in more, being able to read Lagway and his breaks to the field.
And fake punt, razzle-dazzle, they're going to have it. Very well designed on the fake. Catching the Woodlands off guard. Hold on, we are not going to give this football back to the Woodlands just yet, says the Wildcats.
Wildcats getting about a 20-yard play on that trick play. Something that they really needed to happen, a big play. A good chance to keep this drive going.
Yeah, and once again, just that key moment in the game where you're trying to keep yourselves in it here. Because, again, if you go down by 3 possessions, that's a really tough deficit against a team like the Woodlands. So they've got to do everything they can to keep themselves in this football game here. Earning an extra life on that fake punt. It was a nice direct snap to one of the upbacks. Took it around a lot of space on the right side. Yeah, and one thing that usually helps a quarterback like Lagway settle in on an offense is the presence of a good running back. We'll see if Willis turns there a little bit more to help him out. And looking deep is Lagway, but no one in the area where the pass was thrown. Wanted to go downfield, but again, nobody home, and the Woodlands coverage was there.
Quick, good shout out to the Willis O-line, giving Lagway that time to hopefully find a receiver. Right there, obviously he couldn't, throwing it into about a double coverage, but he had the time in the pocket, which hopefully he can have again for this 3rd and 10.
Yeah, so luxury he has not been afforded here so far tonight is time to pick out an option. Bullet throw there, wow. I would not have wanted to be in the way of that throw. Incomplete, but what a fastball. Somehow everyone on that far sideline just stood very calmly as that ball went warp speed, it looked like, to that side of the field. I would have been hitting the deck, personally.
So it looks like we did have a holding on that play, but Woodlands is going to decline it to move it to a 4th and 10, and the Wildcats once again are back to punt.
Back to receive the punt is the single deep man this time is Cooper Stark, number 26, a junior. Going to switch places with Ferguson this time. decent punt. Actually, a really good punt by Willis. Going to be fair caught. The Woodlands will set up shop deep in their own territory here, have a lot of field to work with. We have 3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining until half. As the Highlanders maintain a 13-3 lead, again in this opening 13-6A district game for both of these teams. Again, the Highlanders' mission this year is to put themselves in position to try and take back the district title, which their rivals College Park took from them last year. Split backs gun for Matoyer. Jabari Reed, Mr. Electric in the open field, as I call him, nearly found the gap there. He would have been off to the races if he would have squeezed through that last little bit of space. But I am extremely impressed with Reed in the open field. The first man to him usually has no shot at the tackle.
I mean, he's got speed, power, and grit when it comes to running that football, and he shows why he's the key piece.
Toyer quickly looking for Ferguson, a little bit low on the throw. Ferguson couldn't quite bring that in. Not a lot of room to work with. It didn't look like even had he made the reception there, Willis had some guys in position to make that tackle.
One of the first times tonight we're seeing Woodlands with that classic two-man bubble play, the quick throw out, and one more receiver trying to block for him.
So Toyer going to fake the sweep, pull it. Throw near sideline. There's Ferguson again, and again a little bit low on the throw. Can't scoop it off the grass blades there. Bring up a 3rd and 10. Not quite how the Woodlands designed the opening 2 plays of this drive. Ferguson absolutely had room on that one. If he was able to haul it in, he might still be running. 3-by-1 shotgun here for the Highlanders. Toyer once again, ball was catchable that time by Reed. 4th and 10.
Now things could get a little interesting. Willis might have one more chance before this half is over to get some more points on the board. Like you said, going down 3 possessions, not ideal at all. But going into halftime down 3 points, well, that could be a different story.
A little bit high on the snap. Sims does a great job of bringing that one down. Really nice athletic play by your kicker there. So that could have been major danger if he was not able to haul that one in. It was a line drive snap, had a lot of pace on it. He had to go up and snatch that one. So Willis actually in very good business here near midfield. Plenty of time on the clock, 2:57 until half. I believe the Woodlands does get the ball to start the second half, so Willis obviously doing everything in their power to put points on the board here. Of course, as they would regardless of whether they were getting the ball back or not in the second half, given they're down by 10 points.
Last drive, it seemed like they started to figure something out working with those quick passes. Let's see if they do it again here.
This Lagway looking for space up the middle. Not much there. Just a couple of yards. I'm interested to see if Willis has a quarterback sweep in their arsenal. It looks like it could be a good play if you give him a lead blocker and just sweep around the edge. I'm not sure I would go to Harris's edge, though. Screen. Very well defended. Evan Dubin all over that, not fooled one bit.
Yeah, I mean, Willis had 1 or 2 successful screen plays earlier in the first quarter, and now those Highlander linebackers are sure to not let that happen again.
Yes, the senior experience of Dubin showing there. Knew exactly what was happening on that play. In the hip pocket of the receiver. Bring up 3rd and 6 as we go 150 and counting remaining in the half. 2-by-1 Shotgun set here for Willis. Lagway's going to roll right. Going to look for a man, bullet throw down the field. And that will be caught for a first down.
I mean, this is the type of offense you like to see from Willis. They got a good, speedy quarterback with a bullet arm. Those rollout bootleg passes are really seeming to work for them.
Yes, and well protected where he rolled out, too. Nobody in his space as he was throwing that. He was able to really plant his feet and just drive that football down the field. 2 by 2 with motion here for the Wildcats. Lagway again back to pass, looking deep down the right sideline, going one-on-one. One-handed attempt by the receiver up there. Couldn't haul that one in. But points for bravery on that attempted reception. Looked like he was using one hand to try and haul that one in. Again, well-thrown ball by Lagway. It was accurate. It was one of those balls where either his man was going to catch it or nobody was. It's the kind of pass that no matter what happens, you don't leave it short, because that's the only time the defender can get under it and make that interception. 3-by-1 gun here for the Cats. Lagway, quick throw, nearly jumped and picked off up there. Pass broken up, laid out on that play. 3rd and 10. We have 1:28 remaining until half here. Here's a 3-by-1 shotgun for Willis. Lagway back to pass. Pressure. And he's swallowed. Martrell Harris. Bradley Warren also in the area, but that was Harris.
Yeah, I mean, they bring a full set. Linebackers rush. Everyone's going full commit. And that is a clutch stop with about a minute left in the game to almost prevent Willis from kicking a field goal. And now it looks like they might go for it. Just with this minute left, it's all you can do to really try and get points on the board.
In 4th and 18 officially on the scoreboard here. Like Willis offense going to hang out on the field here and try and clock his running. Like 2 timeouts for Willis, 2 for the Woodlands remaining in the game. Going to be a timeout to Willis there, so Willis has 1 remaining timeout now.
And that's going to give head coach Michael Wall a little bit more time to evaluate what he wants to do here. Obviously, safe thing is you could just try and punt and pin the Woodlands back with a little less than a minute left. Or you can try and go for one of those more deep passes again. Like I said, 45 seconds. Why not try and air one out, right?
Yeah, have to be brave in this situation, particularly when you're down by 10 and you got to kick the ball off to start the second half. And I have some courage here, and why not take a shot? I agree. Again, while we have some time, we encourage you to follow us on social media at Conroe ISD Sports, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Like, subscribe, and follow. We appreciate all the traffic that you all give us.
And it looks like we see Alex Ochoa back to punt. Looks like they're going to not risk this one.
Yeah, we can play a little bit safe here. But they faked last time. Let's see if they have any other chicanery up their sleeves. Ground ball snap. Punter does a good job to kind of get it just out of the way there. Look like there is a flag down, so there is going to be a penalty against the punter here. Or against the defense for hitting the punter, rather.
That can be tough sometimes for the defense with a bad snap. It was fumbled around. He was going to kick it. It's hard not to fully commit to that guy, but we'll see.
We have 30 seconds currently on the game clock here in the second quarter. Let's get the signal. It'll be a roughing. That is a huge play. That's going to move the ball way up to the 23-yard line, 22-yard line, make that. And Willis the most important result of that, retains the football. And again, these are enormous moments in the game, potentially enormous moments. Two-by-one set with the receivers. Lagway's going to pull that, going to look back to the right. Not sure what he was wanting to set up there, but now he's just got to do what he can to get the ball out. Outside of the box there, so he's able to throw it away. 21 seconds remaining in the half. Yeah, not totally sure what Lagway thought he had on there. Looked like he kind of moved left and then looked right, like he wanted to do some kind of throwback action off of that. It didn't look like anything was available. And it turned into improv. 2-by-2 shotgun. A little bit of motion in here. Lagway corralled from behind. Late flag comes in, not sure what that's about.
Luckily for Willis's offense, that flag will stop the clock meanwhile. It'll be interesting to see what this call is, and what the penalty is.
Yep, that will be a hold on the offense is the call. We have 15 seconds on the clock now.
So now with 15 seconds, that puts you back all the way to about the 32-yard line. Really right here with the offense, you have one timeout left. You're really just looking for a good amount of yards to try and get your kicker a chance. Oh, actually, it looks like we might have a timeout now.
Yeah, got a little bit of a break on the field here as Willis tries to figure out exactly what they want to try and get accomplished here at the end of the half. Got the ball on the 32-yard line. Again, like you said, 15 seconds, but now no timeouts left on the board. So if they do anything short of the end zone, it's obviously got to get out of bounds here to be safe. They do have time to rush up and spike it. If they have to complete something inbounds for whatever reason, they can kill the clock. However, that would bring up a fourth down because it is 2nd and 20 currently.
Well, we do have a quick break as they come back onto the field. Like you said, this is the first district ball game for 13 6A division. Tomorrow we have the 2 games left at Moorhead Stadium, Oak Ridge taking on Conroe, and back here tomorrow night, Grand Oaks taking on College Park.
And Lagway going to have 4 receivers, 2 on each side here. Drop back quickly, throw, trying to complete that pass to the sideline, but again, too hot to handle. Again, I'm not sure that was the play they wanted anyway, even had it been completed. This is the one they need to try and take a shot here coming up. It is 3rd down. They can complete it inside the 10. The clock would stop while they reset chains. Quick throw to the sideline. What they kind of wanted to do last time. Let's see if they... No, they waved the clock. They say he didn't get out of bounds. So now here comes the onrush, the fire drill. But the clock will run out. And with that, we go to halftime. The Woodlands 13, Willis 3, but not before some late fireworks at the end of the half. We will see everyone back here for the second half. And my name is Jeremy McGrill, and I'm joined here tonight by Zachary.
Very interesting game so far. Not a point firework game, but a strong defensive showing by both teams. It'll be interesting to see the game plan by both teams coming out of the locker room, what they can do to get more points on the board.
2021-2022 Sweetheart officers are Lieutenant Shayla Wiley, Lieutenant Alyssa Platt, Lieutenant Brooklyn Owens, Lieutenant Emily Fair, Senior Lieutenant Captain Alyssa Williams, and your 2021-2022 Captain, Miss Addie Williams. The 2021-2022 Sweetheart Social Committee members are Abby Hayes, Allison Hunter, Savannah Moore. The Sweethearts are under the direction of Mrs. Amanda Casada. The Spirit Girl of the Week, Miss Maribel Nunez. Sweetheart of the Week, Miss Lily Cross. For your halftime entertainment, the Sweethearts will perform a jazz routine to I Like It. Thanks, pretty, Sweethearts. to present the award-winning Woodlands High School Marching Band and High Steppers. Tonight, the band will be performing a portion of their contest show, Life is a Cabaret, brought to you by our title sponsor, Raymond Durrell Wealth Management. Please join me in congratulating the band on their Bands of America North Houston Regional Championship, finishing first in every category, including a clean sweep of all three captain awards in both preliminaries and finals. The band is under the field direction of head drum major Alexis DeBogri, assistant drum majors Ellie Flynn, Carl Schroeder, Caitlin Maresca, and Jess Smith. Percussion captains Jeffrey Kirkland, Will Hansen, Ann McCoy, J.P. Ruiz, Mark Thacker, Nicole Winner. Guard captains, Al McFarland, Ashlyn Kennedy, Peyton Gwynn. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 Woodlands High School Marching Band. gentlemen, the 2021-2022 Woodlands High School High Stepper.
And we are back to live action here at Woodforest Bank Stadium as the Woodlands Highlanders run back onto the field for the second half of action. Willis is already on the sidelines and ready to go here as we kick things off. The second half of this opening district encounter between the Woodlands and Willis here tonight. The Highlanders taking a 13-3 lead into halftime. Defense and special teams, big plays telling the story in that first half. I'm Jeremy McGrill, and I'm joined here tonight by Zachary Berger. Zachary, what are your kind of thoughts on what we saw in the first half and maybe a couple things you expect to see here in the second half?
Yeah, well, I got to agree with you about defense. If you look at both these teams' non-district games, it's all been very point-heavy, right? Willis scoring 33, 50, 30, and then to the Highlanders scoring 62, 35, and 48. Both these teams are really putting on a special defensive performance. Now, what we're looking for in this second half is taking advantages of mistakes. We saw a good amount of, bad snaps, and not being able to take advantage have led to a low-scoring game.
Yes, the opportunity rate has been high really on both sides. There were chances to kind of do something where they got, pretty good gives from the defense or special teams and not quite all the way to take advantage, although the Woodlands did put up one of their touchdowns on kind of one such sequences there. It was Mary Matoyer, the sophomore quarterback, had 2 rushing touchdowns to put all of the Woodlands points on the board in the first half. And Willis, although starting extremely deep in the Woodlands territory, they only were able to manage a field goal out of that, which is why they're stuck on the 3 points. And Willis is going to tee it up here and get us started in the second half as they kick to the Woodlands. And they're going to go quick, try and catch him off guard here early. Not fielded cleanly. Let's see who comes up with that. That was not fielded cleanly on that far sideline. It will be the Woodlands ball, it looks like, is the signal, but that looked dicey for a minute.
Something right there you love to see from Willis. Coming out with an onside kick to start the second half, trying to be a little scrappy with it, see if they can get some momentum. Not in their favor with the ball, but it was a good idea.
Yeah, and I think this is something that Coach Wall has brought with him from Lake Travis. From what I've seen from Lake Travis teams over the years, those are exactly the kind of plays that they would look to make. So that is certainly some of his Lake Travis influence showing up there. And Matoyer quickly to business here with the 2x2 set here. 2 receivers to each side.
Something you'd like to see right here is an early big play from the Highlanders.
Yeah, handoff here to number 10, Tobin Miller, coming across the formation. And this is something that I've seen a lot of from the Woodlands so far this year, which is they'll hand the ball to the receivers as much as they'll throw to them. They really involve a lot of different ball carriers, and so the load is not solely on Reed's shoulders to carry, which is useful for him in terms of the long term of the season and not just kind of wearing him out each game. But they really do involve every one of these receivers as well. I like the way they do that.
Yeah, like you said, they don't go for the deep balls often. They go for those sweeps and those bubble routes.
There's Reed. Nearly breaks free there for what could have been a touchdown, but he picks up the first down regardless. Once again, when he sticks his foot in the ground, it's very quick, very sudden for the defense. You've got to bring multiple people to the ball when he's got it in his hands because, again, one is not enough with this guy. But an unbalanced look here from the Highlanders. Show an option. Going to try and pitch it out. Reed's going to get it, and again, sticks his foot in the ground, makes a really nice cut, and he's going to have the first down. That's what I love about watching him as a runner. He does not mess about when he has the ball in the backfield. He sees the lane he wants, makes a sharp cut, gets up the field, and that's what every coach loves to see from a running back also.
With a guy like this, you're just ready for him to completely break free for a huge play. He's already getting these 10-yarders, but be ready for him to really break free.
It looks like it's coming for sure. 3x1 shotgun here. Matoyer, quick throw into the slot. Great move.
Looked like that was Miller on the catch across the middle. Make it a 2nd and 2.
And quickly up to the line, they're going to show the tight formation here under center. Gonna motion in, show the wing tee style action. Don't quite get off the ground on that play. Tackled in the backfield. Gonna back it up. Be a 3rd and medium here. It was a 2nd and 2, but now it's gonna be a 3rd and 5 as we back up there.
Looks like Matoyer either wanted to take it himself or couldn't find the right guy to hand it off to, and Willis's D-line really made a good job of getting to him quick.
Matoyer checking with the sideline. Relay the play. Motioning into the backfield. Sweep around the top side. Oh, ball pops out. It just shot straight up in the air, and it looks like Willis has got it. That ball popped straight up in the air. And once again, defense just not willing to release the clutches in this football game. Big turnover there to the Wildcats.
Looked like to be another sweet play to Toby Miller, and that one by the Wildcats. Looks like probably their linebackers were able to pop that one out. Like you said, defense is taking over this game. Now it's about taking advantage of getting this ball.
Again, when the competition level steps up like we see in district, and both of these teams obviously want this game badly, so it makes sense that we are seeing this good defense tonight, and the teams really just step up and compete against one another. It's a quick throw topside. Lake flag does come down from the white hat. Let's see what the signal is. Could be on Willis given the location of that flag. We'll see what it is, though.
Looks like Willis does start to move back, so it looks like it will be on them.
After the play, personal foul, number 75, Willis.
And a personal foul after the play is the call there, so that's a major backup.
We saw things get a little scrappy at the beginning, and tensions are still that high.
Put us in about a 2nd and 20 on the down and distance. It's like maybe even further. Haven't quite updated the scoreboard yet. 2nd and 19 looks like on the board. 3-by-1 set here for Willis. Lagway. Looking deep down the sideline and throws the ball out there. Shows his live arm just too far out of bounds. Receiver did not have a chance to make that catch.
We have seen Lagway go deep a couple times now, and he's been just off the mark. But like you said earlier, you'd rather miss far than short.
Yeah, that's one of those balls located in an area where if it's a little bit more accurate, your guy's going to get it, but no one's going to get it if it's incomplete. 3rd and 19. Lagway, fake right, roll to the left, but heavy pressure, and he's going to be brought down. And who's Johnny on the spot there? That looks like Martrell Harris, senior linebacker and team leader. Exactly one of the players you would expect to find in the backfield for the Highlanders. Yeah, and that's been the theme of Lagway's night, I think, for the most part here tonight, is just, yeah, pressure. He will be seeing these guys in his sleep tonight. And 26, Cooper Stark, junior defensive back, to return the punt. Oh, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, safety. Big special teams play there going in the Woodlands' favor. 15-3 on the scoreboard now. It's 8:04 on the clock here in the third quarter.
Snaps have seemed to be the issue with these mistakes so far. Both teams having either high snaps or low snaps, and that one's just going to go right out the back of the end zone. So it gives the Woodlands a 12-point lead and the ball back now. A very, very good way to start the second half.
Absolutely, for the Highlanders. And again, it feels like the Willis has kind of been hanging in the game just kind of barely by a thread here recently from the end of the second quarter until now. And again, the Wildcat defense going to be charged with coming up huge here to keep the Woodlands from really digging their teeth into this football game. But you've got to wonder kind of where their stamina level is at this point. They've been on the field quite a bit. Has the Woodlands defense, or has Willis's defense tonight. So you have to think that fatigue is going to work in the Woodlands' favor at some point here with the big offensive line they have.
Jason Williams back to catch this punt kickoff.
Yeah, and Williams, we've seen him with the ball in his hands this year. He can make big play, and he'll have a great chance at this one. It's going to be caught by one of the up men, though. It hung up there a little bit. I think that was Parker McGill who actually fielded that. Surprised, I think, Williams. And again, that ball just kind of hung up there. And again, with the fatigue factor I was just talking about, this is when I would expect to see a player like Reed bust a long run here, because you've got to think that the legs are getting a little heavy on the Willis side right now. It's all kinds of movement, but the center was not snapping the ball there. False start. Back up 5 here to start the drive. And I definitely have the feeling the next sweep that the Woodlands chooses to run to Reed could go a long way. The last one nearly opened up wide for him. Gained a first down on that run. Ferguson going low, making a great run after the catch there. Making guys miss.
That's the perfect thing to be able to do with that play. It was another low throw, but Ferguson was able to regain its composure and stiff arm a player or two and get a good gain on that bubble.
And we'll have 2nd and 1 on the scoreboard here. Right at midfield are the Highlanders. There's Matoyer, 3-by-1 set with the receivers. Trips up top. See if anybody motions into the backfield. That's Williams in the slot on the top side of the formation there. He is definitely comfortable moving into the backfield, taking a handoff if need be. There's going to be timeout on the field. Woodlands doesn't look quite sure what they had there. And make sure they've got the right play.
The Woodlands High School's theme tonight is Blackout, as we see their student section enjoying the game. As stated earlier, this is the first district game of 13-6A. Their 4 other teams will be playing tomorrow. Oak Ridge will be at Conroe at Moorhead Stadium, and then back here tomorrow night, College Park will be visiting Grand Oaks.
Yep, and I will be on the call for that Oak Ridge at Conroe game. Actually be the Conroe Tigers homecoming game tomorrow night. And I'll be calling. And Williams moving across the formation, zoom motion. Sweep, here's Reed. And there he goes, into the open field. He's going to bulldoze inside of the red zone, but what did we talk about a couple of plays ago?
I mean, Jabari Reed. He gets it, he finds a hole, and he pushes through. He feels unstoppable at some points. The grit, the speed, the power. What a run for Reed.
Yeah, and you just see there when he accelerated through that lane, just kept himself low. Yeah, not the sort of player any defense wants to have to deal with in the open field. And you felt like it was coming for him. Big run, here he goes again, up the middle. He's really going to work now. And again, this is what I would expect to see from the Woodlands with the offensive line that they have. In giving the fatigue factor that's no doubt setting in for Willis is go to work up front. Let the big boys move the furniture and let your dynamic running back talent in Reed just go to work and gobble up yards. And Here goes Matoyer up to the line, signaling. Maybe a good chance for him to keep here now. We'll look for our sideline, throw a fade. He's looking for Williams up there. Does he have a touchdown? That's Camden Cash actually on the reception. Late flag comes in though, right at his feet. It's actually hard to see from this distance if he held onto the football or not. Pass interference on the defense declined. Touchdown will stand. Highlanders are going to go up 21-3 here with the point after attempt by Sims coming up.
I mean, Camden Cash is your usual speedy flex guy, and he's usually in the slot. Just line him up on the outside there for that fade route. Beautiful catch.
So lower snap there on the PAT, but Sims does a good job getting it up in the air. Good job by the holder as well. Yeah, just looking for your one-on-one matchup there. The Highlanders on defense. Matoyer makes a nice accurate throw. Cash gets underneath it, makes a good catch in the back corner of the end zone. So the Woodlands makes no mistake on that drive, taking the 22-3 lead over Willis. And again, the Woodlands has kind of been in the position to put the space on the scoreboard since the second quarter, and with 6 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter now, they're finally able to put those points up on the board and put Willis under a little bit more pressure now, or a lot more pressure, depending on how you're looking at it. But again, yeah, for Willis, it's going to start to get a little bit desperate as the game kind of ticks away here, and the clock starts to work against them a little bit. Huge score by the Highlanders.
Yeah, I mean, you have to feel good. Your offense is moving the ball, and your defense is being lights out. It really does feel like Willis just needs to make its desperate attempts and hopefully string one or two more plays together to keep them in this game.
Yeah, it's that fine balance between playing with the obvious sense of urgency that you have being down by 19 points, but not panicking to where you let things snowball completely. Look for space around the right side. Decent return there. Now it's number 7, Jadarius Brown, a senior defensive back and receiver for Willis. Doing a good job, tough running there. Trying to keep himself alive. Look for a second, like he might find a little bit of daylight. Be another personal foul. Looks like it's going to go against Willis, and not what their offense needed was to be backed up. They're going to be well inside their own territory now. Yeah, the ball will be placed right around the 11-yard line. It looks like 11 or 12-yard line. So no pressure at all for the Willis offense. All they have to do is go 88 yards. Not what Lagway was looking for there. Nevertheless, quick throw out. Again, tonight, just watching him play, it's obvious just the raw athletic talent he does possess.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give a shout out to Lagway, being a sophomore, having to come up with a couple of these plays on his feet, not being able to find some receivers, trying to make things happen for Willis. You definitely are excited to see what he does in the next 2 years.
Yeah, and it's 6'3", 195. He's obviously got a great framework to work with in the physical department. Only going to develop further from here. Empty backfield set for him now, motioning in. Going to run a sweep here around the top side, but the Woodlands all over it. Man all over the legs of the Willis ball carrier there. And again, the Woodlands just making a living in their backfield. Looked like John Podolsky, senior defensive lineman, was one of the ones back there, along with Bradley Warren, actually, was the first man to the spot there, rather. Easy to get them confused when they're so disruptive together.
Yeah, I was about to say that duo just kills run game for other teams, so they're always in the backfield, it feels like.
Yeah, and they're using very wide splits across the defensive line right now, giving each one of their guys a lot of space to work with. Lagway deep top sideline. He's been looking for that a couple of times tonight and nearly had it there. It's one of the more accurate throws he's made on deep balls tonight. Perhaps his best located throw, arguably, of the night. But again, the Woodlands on hand to break that pass up and bring up 4th down. Highlander defense appears to just be locked in on this game now, and provided they can field this punt, and that's number 26, Cooper Stark, a junior, back to receive the kick, they'll be very well set up with a chance to add even more to the lead. Looks like Stark's going to have to let that one go. Short and bouncy, not the kind of kick you want to mess with. And Woodlands will be on the 41-yard line in Willis territory to start this drive. 4:56 on the 3rd quarter clock.
With 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, another score here would really feel like a heart in the dagger, or a dagger in the heart, my bad, for Woodlands against Willis.
Here's Williams, sweep around the top side of the formation there, can pick up a few yards. Again, these are kind of maturity moments that coaches are going to look for in their teams when they have a chance. You have a good opportunity to kind of just put your foot down in a game. You want to see your team do it. So this will be a definite challenge moment for the Highlanders here. 2x2 set for Matoyer. Going to check with the sideline. Matoyer back to pass, looking for Ferguson, has him, touchdown. Great pass, great catch. Highlanders truly rolling now, 28-3 on the scoreboard.
You finally get to see that big Ben Ferguson play. Just breaks straight down, and both safeties for Willis just weren't near him. And easy pass, easy touchdown. That's Ferguson's first on the day.
Yeah, and a player I want to highlight for what just happened, Jabari Reed in the backfield making an excellent block to give Matoyer a clean pocket there. Good job sacrificing for the team. Shows he's not just about the big plays, he'll do the dirty work too. Point after is good by Sims, 29-3. Woodlands leading Willis easily on the scoreboard right now. 4:15 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. Been all Woodlands here so far since the break, their 2nd touchdown of the half.
You know, and as the Woodlands coach has got to be saying, it feels good to have this lead, but just don't give in. Keep being persistent with your plays. Keep making your blocks and making plays, and just really finish this game out strong.
Yes, it's not only about the mark they're putting down tonight to try and start district on the right, but and also how they're building for the longer term of the season as we progress through district. And obviously, this is a Woodlands team that's going to have some playoff aspirations as well. This is when the real season begins. Some fancy footwork there, but still going to be stopped around the 25.
Look to be number 3, Talis Harrison on the return. Willis offense coming back out once again, seeing if Lagway can get a little magic happening here.
Yep, you have to think Willis will be looking for more of the big plays like he was kind of eyeing on the last drive where he attempted the deep throw up the sideline. Again, as far as I'm aware, there are no 26-point plays in football, so while you want to be aggressive and go down the field at the same time, take what's available from the defense as well and just kind of make the simple plays. I think that's what I don't think I've seen quite enough of from Willis tonight, is just kind of making more of the simple plays that'll kind of sustain drives and help keep their defense off the field a little bit more, like more of the sweeps that we saw earlier, for example, where they're getting on the edge and picking up chunk yards that way. Some fancy formation work here, could be some trickery and double pass. It's open if he can get it there, but the ball does hang up just long enough for the Woodlands to recover there. Looked like when that play was first developing that it could have been on, but yeah, just a little bit too slow developing in the end. On the coverage there for the Woodlands, looked like number 29, Caden Miller, a senior, was the first man to get his hand on that play. Got the jersey hanging off of one of his shoulder pads as a result of his effort there.
You do love to see Willis trying something new, just right there. Couldn't get it done with Caden Miller on the cover.
Yeah, just had to be a little bit quicker in the execution. Yeah, initially I could see the intended receiver broke wide open, but didn't quite get the pass off quick enough to exploit that. And we thank you for joining us tonight on this Conroe ISD live stream on YouTube. Got the floss cam coming up in the stadium right now. I know nothing about this. Every time I try and do it, my 11-year-old son tells me to stop because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll let the students take over here and show me how it's done.
Shopping Center right here behind the stadium. Texas Roadhouse in Conroe, Vernon's Country Catfish in Conroe, and Wings and More in Conroe. Please support these Conroe.
So Willis makes their way back out on offense here. Be 3-by-1 set with the receivers trips topside. There's heavy pressure by the Woodlands. Just has waves of players coming at him. And that was Podolsky that finished on top of Lagway at the end of that one. It was basically half the Highlanders' defense.
I do have to give one more shout out to Lagway for having the heart and just keep trying to make magic happen. But like you said, that D-line and those linebackers for the Highlanders are just too strong.
And Willis back to punt here. Ground ball snap well fielded by the punter, though. Gets it away. Very good job. Be down to around the 45. Ochoa doing a good job of not having another issue on special teams there.
And as this dominant Highlanders offense comes back out, I have to give a little shout out to the unsung heroes of the offensive line. I've had the pleasure to know quite a few of them, and they really are as big as they seem on your screen, folks. They have been creating holes for Reed all day and giving Matoyer all the time he needs.
Williams into the backfield. Reed sweep right and look for his cut. Does a good job keeping his legs moving, even though he doesn't quite break loose there, but he still nearly gets a first down, just mainly on push alone there. The entire offensive line finishing around the tackle there, which is 9 yards downfield. Impressive. I wouldn't get in their way personally. Four wide set for Matoyer here. See if they keep the running game working. Back to pass. Looking deep again. Williams got loose. There is a flag that comes in late. Are they going to call an interference? Or a defensive hold, perhaps? Get the call. So we didn't see a lot of the downfield pass attempts from Matoyer in the first half, but he's clearly in the mood and looking to exploit it here in the second half. Oh, offensive pass interference. Surprise. The call I didn't expect. Or didn't see, rather, on that play. Back the Woodlands up just inside their own territory. Bring up second and long.
Yeah, I think it just looked like Williams with a little pushback there on the deep ball. Unfortunate, it was close, but that is what happened.
Matoyer looking for something, doesn't have anything. Breaks a good run, though. Tries to slide there at the end so he doesn't take a shot. Does pretty well to get down there. Bring up a third down and around 9, it looks like. Ian Matoyer, only a sophomore, has several Division I offers already. These are high major offers. Figures to be a top-level prospect by the time he's done here at the Woodlands. Yeah, I've just been curious to kind of watch his development over the course of the season, just watch him mature as a player. Athletic ability clearly there. Quick pass over the middle. Williams does a good job catching it. Wide open touchdown. He just kind of spun off of that after he made that catch. Little pirouette to get into the open field, and he runs it in. Woodlands getting all they want right now. 35-3.
Beautiful step up by Matoyer. Easy slant for Williams, makes the catch, and like you said, makes a little spin to avoid his defender, and then it's easy runnings right to the end zone.
I would say that after Ferguson, Williams is the one that they're looking to get involved quite a bit, both running and receiving. Kick up and good by Sims. The Woodlands going to push the lead to 36-3. Just rolling right now. Totally dominant third quarter by the Highlanders. That's their third touchdown of the quarter. 54 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Woodlands putting their foot down in this game. Going to look to impressively start the district campaign at 1-0.
Yeah, when you talk about these Highlander receivers, they really all serve a main purpose, but they can also do everything. Ferguson is really your guy for those deep passes, and you can just throw it up to him. McGill is one of those guys that they seem to like to run the sweep a lot with. Williams is a dual threat, seems to do it all. And then you even have Tobin Miller, who seems to be a good power grind guy for those sweep plays.
And also a player that impressed me early on in the season who's not involved here tonight, a sophomore, number 85, Patrick Rabel. Looked like he's probably going to be the next one in the stable for the Woodlands that seems to be never ending at the receiver position. Yet another weapon they'll have. Hopefully we see him back at some point this season. He looks to be a real talent. Sims, the ball down, he's going to boot it. Looks like the Willis offense will start around their own 29-yard line. 48 seconds left in the third quarter. While the game is clearly sided with the Woodlands here in the third quarter still, this is the moment in the game if you're Willis where you're looking to make positive things happen on film and to look for your team to kind of stay in the game competitively, not throw in any towels. These are all valuable reps for these players. It's like every snap is valuable. So you want to see your players still out there and compete. There's Lagway going to try and keep it and make something happen. Shakes off a tackle. Impressive. And loses his speed as he's trying to turn the corner there. But still gains about 9 yards.
And like you said, for Willis, this is really a good opportunity to see what can work for these future district games. Chance to test out plays, players, really be able to see what they can do going forward from here.
Yeah, these are the moments that coaches really like to watch on film to see who is still going hard when it looks like the game may be a little bit out of hand. It's like, who's still competing for me? Lagway rolls to the right. No one home, though. Just flushed again, pressure. Woodlands' defensive line really having their way tonight, just in the backfield constantly.
It seems to be really working with that combo of Martell Harris and Bradley Warren, a D lineman and that linebacker just chasing the quarterback all around all night. Really, really powerhouse duo, as well as Warren and Podolsky.
We have a 3rd and 1. There is 1 second left on the clock in the third quarter, so we'll have one more play here before we switch sides. power formation. Try and scoot it out, but once again, it's going to be really close to a first down. May have just leaned forward to get the yardage. Look like he does have the first down. He does. They'll move the chains. And we will also move to the fourth quarter. The Woodlands absolutely dominant in the third quarter. 36-3 Highlanders on the scoreboard. The score was 13-3 at halftime, but thanks to 3 touchdowns plus a safety, the Woodlands add a lot to it there in the third.
Highlanders offense really getting everyone involved this quarter. All 3 with deep passes, with a fade to Camden Cash, a slant route to Jason Williams, and another slant to Ben Ferguson. All 3 touchdowns this quarter have been nice deep passes from Matoyer to his wideouts.
Yeah, the Highlanders have found some space to exploit up the seams of the defense, taking full advantage of the opportunities in the third quarter there. No doubt a point of emphasis during halftime with some of the missed chances we saw in the first half, not missing in the second half. Is Lagway going to fake it, run an option? He's going to keep it. Bursts forward for a first down. See, that's the kind of positive play that you like to see from the offense, and design-wise, more of what I would want to see in my offense there. Just a nicely designed play where you've got a lot of options, a lot of different ways that play can go. Lagway making a good decision to just keep that there. Nice execution-based play there, less dependent on improv. Sweep around the right. Gain a few yards. Number 9 on the carry, Deontay Fleeks, senior. It's Fleeks and Lovelady in the backfield with Lagway. Is Lagway going to fake? Now he will pitch on the option. Lovelady making an athletic play to keep himself alive up there. Get around the edge, close to a first down. Maybe short by the width of a quarter, perhaps.
Third down and 1 for Willis.
Willis would really like Enjoy to get their first touchdown of the game right here. Converting on this third down will give them good field position. Another pitch. Now it seems to be Lovelady again. It's going to be once again right on the line. It looks like they're going to call it a fourth down.
9:48 and counting on the game clock here in the fourth quarter. Clear go situation for Willis offense here on the field. Trailing by 33 now. Nothing to lose. And going to go quick. High snap though. Fleeks has just got to fall on it and try and preserve the possession. And that's how the ball's going to turn back over to the Woodlands offense right at midfield. It's kind of all going one way here in the second half. Matoyer back out with the Highlander offense. Gonna get a little reverse action here. Well covered, actually, by the Willis defense. Tackle for a loss. Parker McGill was coming around the end on that.
Yeah, we got to see Jacoby Mitchell got into the game and got the original handoff, handed it off to Parker McGill once again, and it is a loss. New plays come for the Highlanders in the fourth quarter.
Miller motioning into the backfield. Gonna go to Mitchell, though. Gonna look for him, does a good job. Patient running there. Great job. First down. Really nice job of patient running there. Feeling his blocks. Junior Jacoby Mitchell.
And this is something else for the Highlanders you like to see. We've talked a bunch about Jabari Reed tonight, but he is a senior, and with this junior and Mitchell, he's hoping to get the starting position next year and really show off like Reed has done this year.
And Mitchell has the look of being kind of a more traditional power style back almost. I could see him in the I formation just kind of looking at him, but yeah, he can clearly make it happen in this shotgun offense too without many problems. Just Matoyer keeping himself alive. Just rolling left, then tried to even roll back right and go an even longer distance, but in the end just had to get rid of it and throw it to the sideline. Coach giving him a friendly tap on the helmet there. Second and 10 for the Highlanders on the 40-yard line of Willis. No surprise to see the starters stay in here even with the big lead, because this is the time of year when you need to develop that four-quarter mentality and get ready to go the distance in these games that are going to be a little bit closer. So I think there may be a couple of those in district before it's all said and done. Cash on the catch. Does a good job of picking that one up off the top of the turf. Again, that run substitute style pass we talked about earlier. Just quick bubble out, get what you can. High percentage play.
That bubble route has definitely been a staple for the Woodlands High School over these last couple years for sure, and it's definitely a play that they have seen success. And with these powerhouse wide receivers, it's definitely something to another play to incorporate them even more.
Matoyer looking like he wanted to throw deep end, does. Wide open man, touchdown. Wide open. Looks like Ferguson again in the end zone. Matoyer pulled that one down for a second. Looked like the moment may have passed, but then he collected himself and rifled one over the middle. Perfect throw for Ben Ferguson.
Feels like deja vu with Ferguson right there. Another beautiful streak route, beautifully wide open. Ben Ferguson now with his second touchdown of the night.
And with that point after attempt by Nick Sims, the score is now 43-3. The Woodlands leading comfortably on the scoreboard. 7 minutes, 6 seconds left in the game. Highlanders absolutely rolling towards district win number 1 here tonight.
While we do have this break, I'll take a chance to shout out our socials. Make sure to go follow CIC Athletics on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and make sure to subscribe and drop a like to this YouTube channel. This channel will be back live tomorrow night for the Grand Oaks College Park game, and also go over to our Moorhead Stadium channel. This is the Wood Forest Bank CIC Athletics YouTube channel, but there also is the Moorhead one that will be showing the Conroe vs. Oak Ridge game tomorrow night as well.
Sims back out to send the ball. He'll pop that one up nice and high. Cleanly fielded by Willis. That's Lovelady going to try and dance out of that. Nearly does. Spins just across the 30-yard line. Got the Woodlands schedule up here. And Willis, of course, here tonight. And their next game will be against Oak Ridge next week, followed by Grand Oaks, Conroe, and then, of course, the big one, the last game of the regular season against College Park. I may have a few new faces in on defense here now for the Highlanders. The sweep attempt around the bottom side, nowhere to take that one. Looks like the Woodlands definitely going to work everybody they've got into the game now, get some experience out there.
Willis seems to be trying to get Fleeks a couple more reps now, putting him more in a traditional running back position. With Lovelady and Lagway doing so much work tonight, trying to get a couple more guys incorporated.
Three by one set here for Willis. Quick throw out. Once again, bullet throw complete. In the Woodlands Highlanders, actually on this series, they have an all-junior defensive line out there now. Number 48, Clement Harris. Number 90, Cooper Payne. And number 91, Steele Herndon.
Looks to be Tanner Hayes on the reception. Senior wide receiver for Willis.
And 2x2 shotgun here for the Wildcats. Ooh, quick throw and a huge hit at the end of that one. Flag will come in, as always, with the emphasis on the neck up. Definitely nothing malicious about that. Nothing the defender could do there. He was kind of one of those where the throw put the receiver in a little bit of a bad position. The defender was right there. So nothing you can do about that collision. That was Luke Jones, a junior for the Highlanders, on the coverage there and on that pass breakup. Yep, always unfortunate for the defense when the throw forces the contact that happens. We can actually hear that contact inside the booth here in the press box, which we don't hear a whole lot up here from the field, but we heard that pop. That's going to move Willis across midfield.
While a painful play, it definitely does help Willis move the ball a little bit here on there this drive.
And three receivers up top for Willis. Going to throw down to the single receiver on the near side. That's number 3, Tallis Harrison. Been heavily involved here tonight in all facets, special teams and offense. Ian Willis still new to the 6A level, in the early stages of really getting this program built up. And movement along the line. There's going to be a flag that comes down. Looks like offsides is their signal from the line judge. Encroachment there. Looks like, yep, defensive player made contact. Got 5:04 left in the game here tonight. Again, I'm Jeremy McGrail with Zachary Berger here tonight, and we thank you for joining us on this broadcast wherever you're watching from. Trips receivers top side for Wildcats. Roll left, Lagway. Gonna plant and try and throw back over the middle. Has his man. Is he gonna get into the end zone? Maybe spot him just short. They're gonna spot him on the 1-yard line.
Number 89, Tanner Hayes, getting a big slant. As Lagway rolled out, set his feet, found his man up in the middle of the field. Great catch, great play. Unfortunately, his knee did go down right before he got in. But Lagway and Willis looking to see if they can score their first touchdown of the night.
I'm going to hand off up the middle, see if they say he leaned across. Early signal is touchdown on the far side. See if they all confirm it. And they will. Going to put the points on the board. It'll be 43-9 Woodlands. Going to show a swinging gate look here. And now they'll say just kidding, and they'll bring on maybe a traditional kicking unit here. I mean, you might as well have a little fun with it. But the kicker deserves a workout, too. He hasn't had a lot of chances to score here tonight. Nope, it's a late entrant into the formation there. Kip will be up and good, so 43-10 on the scoreboard now. Highlanders lead 4:10 left in the fourth quarter.
As a Wildcat fan and Coach Wall, very much enjoy seeing a big play like that finally land. As we've seen Lagway make a couple deep passes, just missing his receiver, finds a connection for them, and Willis, with 4 minutes left in the game, gets on the board with their first touchdown.
It's like the Woodlands with just a single man back deep, clearly expecting some kind of onside as they crowd up the midfield area. Willis not showing that intent just yet. And they're actually going to boot it deep. Will be fielded cleanly. Good job of fielding by the return man there. Be a late flag that comes in. That was number 26, Cooper Stark Jr. on that return. And Stark has been a new revelation here tonight. I did not notice him returning kicks in the first few games that I did for the Highlanders this season. Again, showing their depth in numbers. Block in the back against the Woodlands, can back up. Half the distance to the goal from the spot that it occurred. Back in the game now for the Woodlands, a quarterback will be senior Justin Sheldon. I saw Sheldon rotate in with Matoyer a little bit in their first couple of games.
And Sheldon actually got quite a bit of reps last game when they played the team from Mexico. About after the first quarter and a half, Sheldon took over as the main quarterback, so now he's getting a chance in his second game in a row.
Sheldon's going to ask for the snap, going to hand to Mitchell around the left side. Going to drop his shoulder, do a good job powering forward there, positive yardage. Jacoby Mitchell there. Again, getting some good work here tonight in relief of Jabari Reed, who's icing the knees now. He'll enjoy the rest of his night off on the sideline, relaxing. Sheldon going to hand off again, left side, lots of room to run here. Break that sweep action wide open, lowers his head. Good job of finishing the run. That was number 86 on that. Carrie, actually don't have him on my copy of the roster. I apologize for not being able to single him out, other than his jersey number. It was a nice run, and again, just like all these Woodlands receivers and running backs do, finishes the play well. Again, they all do that, so again, something clearly coached in the program.
And you just love to see these younger guys coming into the game and still dominating. Junior running back, a couple younger wide receivers. Sheldon there breaks loose, gets to the first down on a QB run, all the way up to the 50-yard line. Yeah, as I was saying, though, that the depth of the Woodlands Highlanders is very impressive. You get excited coming back to watch Highlander football.
.218 and counting on the game clock there left here tonight, district opener. As we begin our race toward the state playoffs here tonight. High snap. Mitchell's going to do a good job fielding it and just dropping on it there. Back the Woodlands up 10 yards, but preserves the possession. A little bit of an airmail there.
And with that, the clock still runs, and we officially entered the 2-minute drill. So, 1:45 left on the clock, running. Woodlands looking maybe one or two more first downs, and they could secure this ball game.
And Sheldon's going to ask for it. QB draw, though. He's going to try and get in space. Shows good speed, good acceleration through the hole. Clearly a good athlete. Easily picks up the first down. No flags.
Looked like a nice about 20 to 25-yard run for Sheldon right there. Did a good job tucking and finding a good hole.
He's very subtle there with the action he made in the backfield. Clearly by design, he was going to take off with that, execute that draw. Did really well. Executed that to perfection. 2-by-2 set for Sheldon now. Couple more snaps left in this, maybe. Mitchell going to do a good job sticking his feet in the ground. Late flag coming in, could be, looks like likely a face mask on the end of that. Saw his helmet spin around there at the end of that run. Stop the clock briefly.
You do enjoy seeing from the Highlanders these guys who are getting to come in, maybe their second team, still pushing hard for the Highlanders as they're getting these reps that they don't maybe usually not get.
Takes a very high level of commitment to be a varsity football player. None of these guys are skating by, all working extremely hard in practice, doing the preparation. A lot of these guys run scout team to help their first teamers get a look at the next opponent. Critical. We're going to take a knee there for Sheldon. We're going to take this one in for the night. The Woodlands is going to win this game by a score of 43-10 over Willis. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jeremy McGrail. I was joined here tonight by my tag team partner. Thank you, Zachary, for joining me tonight.
Yes, sir. I had very much fun. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a good night.